Science! During the age of COVID, everything's been politicized and science is no exception. Today, I bring you some stories that are only possible because of the science. What if I were to tell you that a new drug could make you immortal? Would you believe me? Because the science says yes. What if I were to propose that we should torture some beautiful, cute puppies, of course, in the name of science? Would you go along with it? Because the science, specifically Dr. Fauci, say yes. Science. Gaston the Ginger on Twitter. Make sure you're following, or else you're just gonna have to wait till I make the videos for you to see these stories. So, oh, look at the cute little puppies. Oh, that's Luna. Anyway, let's begin with CNN, because people who get COVID-19 vaccines are less likely to die from any cause compared to the unvaccinated people, study finds. Sounds weird. People vaccinated against the COVID less likely to die from any cause, study finds. People who get COVID not only less likely to die from the virus, but they were less likely to die from any cause over the following months, researchers reported Friday. We're not going to read this because it's complete nonsense based on nothing. Of course, that getting the vaccine doesn't prevent you from dying from a car accident per se. But here's my theory. People who ran out to get vaccinated are more cautious, risk-oriented people. Right? Risk-avoiding people. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if during a pandemic, these people stayed at home, where the risk of getting into an accident, for example, is relatively lower than going onto the streets, getting into a car, going into an airplane, and so on. So that's that for CNN. I think it's completely fake news, but I gotta say, thank you, CNN, for providing content for my videos. Let's read the headline one more time because it's kind of funny. People vaccinated against COVID-19 less likely to die from any cause, study finds. Preposterous. Ridiculous. Let's go back. Now it's going to get disturbing, especially because as we saw up top, beautiful Luna, that's Mila. In the back there, it's Tango. Dog family. Fauci's NIH division partly funded a lab to drug those and lock their heads in cages filled with hungry sandflies so the insects could eat them alive. Now you might think, oh, that's some Republican misinformation. My friends, this is from The Hill. I would say it's center-left. Left. Bipartisan legislators demand answers from Fauci on cruel puppy experiments. Our investigators show that Fauci's NIH division shipped part of a $375,000 grant to a lab in Tunisia to drug beagles and lock their heads in mesh cages filled with hungry sandflies so the insects could eat them alive. Oh my God. How could anyone do this to an animal, a dog? A bipartisan letter demands answers. House members, most of whom are Republicans, of course, want Fauci to explain. Allegedly, 44 puppies were used in North Africa laboratory, and some of the dogs had their vocal cords removed so scientists could work without incessant barking. I can't imagine the cries that these dogs were making when they were being eaten alive. I feel bad for them. And the people that did that are sick fucks. Equivalent to Nazi scientists, in my opinion. Is Fauci one of them? Well, he wasn't directly involved, but he partially funded them. And it seems to me that the NIH, under Fauci, is funding a lot of things they should not be funding. Like the Churcher of Dogs or the Wuhan lab. Oh my God, conspiracy theory. First of all, I'm wearing the hat, so whatever. Second of all, no. It seems like, hey, the truth finally came out and Fauci lied again. Yahoo News. GOP calls for Fauci investigation resignation mount after NIJ admits funding gain of function research. Let me read that again. Admits funding gain of function research. Now you remember, Anthony Fauci. He kept saying, we did not fund gain-of-function research. It's not gain-of-function research. In fact, he said that on their oath. Now, why? Well, let's read a little bit here because it talks about the emails and the admission. GOP calls for investigation. We saw that the controversial research involves artificially engineering an animal virus in a laboratory setting to further examine how it becomes more easily transmissible and deadly to humans. Sound like COVID to anybody? a measure that Fauci told lawmakers was not utilized by the NIH. Check this out. Remember this? Senator Rand Paul grilling Fauci and Fauci committing perjury.
Mr. Fauci, knowing that it is a crime to lie to Congress, do you wish to retract your statement of May 11th where you claimed that the NIH never funded gain-of-function research in Wuhan? Senator Paul.
Also, keep in mind, this is July 20th, so he had already lied. We're in October 23rd when we found out the actual truth.
I have lied before the Congress, and I do not retract that statement. This paper that you are referring to was judged by qualified staff up and down the chain as not being gain of function. Let me finish.
You take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans.
Right.
You're saying that's not gain of function?
Yeah, that is correct. And Senator Paul.
Well, I've been seeing with Democrats, I don't want to say Democrats because Democrats is a lot of people, but establishment Democrats, they change the definitions of things. So then they could say, oh, I didn't lie. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. The definition of vaccine has been changed from the CDC from provides immunity to provides protection. The definition of an anti-vaxxer is now someone who's against vaccine mandates. Those are not what those words mean. But yeah, now it is what they mean, so big people can blame you and accuse you.
Well, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly, and I want to say that officially. You do not know what you are talking about. Okay, you get one person.
Let's read from the NIH definition of gain of function. This is your definition that you guys wrote. It says that scientific research that increases the transmissibility among mammals is gain of function. They took animal viruses that only occur in animals and they increased their transmissibility to humans. How you can say that is not gain of function?
It is not.
It's a dance, and you're dancing around this because you're trying to obscure responsibility for 4 million people dying around the world from a pandemic.
Let's take a pause here and thank Senator Rand Paul. Doctor, by the way, he's a doctor. He knows what he's talking about. We need more people like him in Congress. What if he wasn't there to question Fauci? We would never know this. Never. He's the only one grilling and grilling and grilling and grilling. Thank you, Senator.
And let's send Dr. Fauci.
I have to, well, now you're getting into something. If the point that you are making is that the grant that was funded as a sub-award from EcoHealth to Wuhan created SARS-CoV-2, that's where you are getting. Let me finish.
We don't know.
Well, wait a
If
minute.
it did come from the lab, but all the evidence is pointing that it came from the lab, and there will be responsibility for those who funded the lab, including yourself.
I totally
This committee
resent,
will allow the witness to respond.
I totally resent the lie that you are now propagating, Senator, because if you look at the viruses that were used in the experiments, that were given in the annual reports, that were published in the literature, it is molecularly impossible.
No one's saying those viruses caused it.
It
No
is
one is alleging that
molecularly.
those viruses caused the pandemic. What we're alleging is that gain-of-function research was going on in that lab, and NIH funded it.
That is
you can't
not.
get away from it. It meets your definition, and you are obfuscating the truth.
I'm not obfuscating the truth.
Senator
You are the
Paul's time
one.
is
See, in certain moments like this, I completely think and feel like Anthony Fauci is guilty in all charges of. He's not being charged with anything, but I think he's guilty. He lied. He knew what he was doing. At the same time, I feel bad for the guy. I feel like he knows he got caught. He's scared. That's what it is. I can see the fear, and I feel bad for him. But consequences are consequences. This guy's acting like a fucking Nazi scientist. Are you crazy? Unbelievable. Unacceptable. Thank you, Senator Rand Paul. If you want to finish this, it's called Watch Dr. Fauci, Senator Rand Paul clash during congressional hearing. That's it for today, folks. I don't think I need this because nothing I said was a conspiracy. Absolutely nothing. We had CNN, The Hill, and Dr. Fauci's mouth. Unbelievable. Well, I think this one's quite important. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. I'm also on Minds. BitChute. BitChute's my best platform, actually, surprisingly, because I have more subscribers on YouTube. But YouTube, YouTube doesn't like what I say. But I'm not going to censor myself because that's not what we do. We like freedom. This is America. It's about freedom. We're the beacon of freedom in the world. And if freedom, the light of freedom, extinguishes here, the world will go dark. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day. I gotta start incorporating. Have a good day.